Hi guys, welcome back or welcome here. This episode of As a Tarot Turns is brought to you on purpose with purpose. I am your host, Nacho Mama. Some people call me Crystal, some people call me Criddle, like Riddle with a C. Either way, Nacho Mama is a personality, not a person. I'm going to be reading from the Patch Tarot, this little guy right here. Some of you guys are familiar with Spirit Science guys. This deck was made by the guys from Spirit Science. I think it's pretty cool. I'm going to be reading for the Divine Feminine of Gemini. Gemini, Divine Feminines. Remember that energy is fluid. We have both male and female energy inside of us. Usually one is just stronger than the other, right? Doesn't mean that you have to be born in a female body to have feminine energy, and it doesn't mean that you have to be born in a male body to have masculine energy. I resonate as being a divine masculine inside of a feminine body, mostly because of the energy I carry. I carry a lot of dude-like energy, man. I've always kicked it with the boys. I've always done boy-like stuff. Been a singer of a punk rock band. I have a degree in machining, a tattoo artist. I cuss like a sailor usually. That doesn't make me a lesbian, nor does being a divine feminine in a masculine body make you a homosexual or any of that. It doesn't matter if you are or not. Like, I love everybody equally. But if you look around at a lot of the masculine and the feminines, I believe that a lot of us are actually in the opposite gender. But that's the best way to heal any sort of wounds in our ancestral line, is by actually feeling what it's like to be a female, to actually feel what it's like to be a male. You know, a lot of our men aren't taught how to be men. They're taught how to not be women, you know? And a lot of us females definitely wear the pants, you know what I mean? So today I'm reading for the Divine Feminine energy of Gemini. Gemini Divine Feminines. Before we get started, I'm going to ring a bell, clear my head, clear the air. I love Tibetan prayer bowl so much. It instantly makes me breathe. Like, the first tone that comes out is like, ah. I'm sure a lot of you can resonate with that. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you so feel inclined. Helps the algorithm. It helps the messages get out. Thank you very much for being here. If you're a return subscriber, like, I appreciate you more than words can express. If you're new to my channel, welcome here. Hello. Remember, you can't have a bad day with a good attitude, and you can't have a good day with a bad attitude. And those choices are definitely ours. What can we tell the Gemini Divine Feminine Collective today, universe? What can we tell Gemini? Indecision with the Ten of Wands. Some of you guys are, I feel like, indecisive about how to resolve something, huh? Might be dealing with a Sagittarius. Not sure which way to go to resolve some sort of issue. Let's see. What else can we tell Gemini? Yeah, you're not sure how to resolve something. There's definitely a need to transmute some sort of energy here. But you're not sure which direction to go to do that. And it doesn't feel like anything that's super majorly heavy. It's like, should I go left? Should I go right? Should I eat this box of cereal? Should I not eat that box of cereal? Should I, I know that's a really cheesy example. Let me get some more cards on the table here. And you have trust with the way here. Some of you guys are in your head about how to change a negative into a positive. Or how to resolve something. I feel like I just felt a child, something to do with a child. Maybe one of your children are going through an issue. Oop, that one wanted to jump out. Yep. Some sort of conflict. As soon as I said that, this card jumped. So maybe one of your children are struggling. Maybe they're a preteen or a teenager going through the puberty stage, going through the raw emotions, the not sure how to handle the emotions, and you're up in your head about how to help this person or this child of yours, or whatever this energy is. A lot of times, we only have how we were raised, So if you think back about what your parents did or whoever raised you, like, what do you wish they would have done? How do you wish they would have explained it to you? Do you wish they would have been more receptive to the fact that you are a preteen, or the fact that you have these raw, passionate emotions about something? Do you wish they would have just sat and gave you their undivided attention for a second and listened without even saying it? Sometimes saying nothing at all. Sometimes we just have to sit there and listen and just offer our guidance if it's asked for, Sometimes we put a lot of our 2 cents in where our 2 cents isn't even wanted in a situation. I really feel like this is somebody dealing with a child, on how to help their child deal with some sort of emotional outbursts here in the best possible way. But you have trust here. You have transmute and trust. So trust your inner knowing. And this is the 3rd time that I've cut to the 3 of Cups here. Some of you, or some of them, maybe are overindulging in some sort of activity. Or maybe you are. Maybe you're overly like a hover parent. Maybe just trusting that you've installed enough wisdom and guidance into this little you that you've created. Sometimes I know myself, I've kind of been a hover parent at times, and at other times I've just let my son do what he needs to do for himself. Like, he's at an age, he's 18 now, and I try to make him aware of his choices and aware of his emotions, and the outcome thereforth, like, if you keep acting this way or doing this, this is probably going to be your outcome. But if you look at it this way, this way, this way, like, I don't tell him what to do. I give him a more, I give him the broad spectrum and kind of let him choose for himself. Deprivation, maybe you aren't feeling appreciated by your child or something in this situation. You're trying to transmute some sort of heavy energy. And I really feel like universe is really telling me that it's with a child, a preteen or a teenager that is having very, not volatile, but just emotional outbursts. Like they haven't figured out how to feel their emotions in a way that, yeah, that's not haunting them. Some of I remember as being a kid, man, things seemed so, it seemed like the end of the world at the time, even though I was only 16, 17 years old and got my little heart broken. Or like, how do we help our children emotionally be able to soothe themselves? A lot of times, like, mom and dad are right there, and we don't give them the option of learning how to deal with these situations in their best interest. Because we have a tendency to forget that they have their own soul contracts with these people. Like, you might not like your daughter's boyfriend, but she has a soul contract with that person, or vice versa. You might not like your son's girlfriend, but he has a soul contract with that person. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in the situations that they're in. So sometimes we have to take a step back and just let them know that it's okay to feel however they feel, that it's okay to not be okay sometimes, and that they have a long ways to go in life. We spend this much being a child, just this much, and the rest of it as an adult, and we try so hard to grow up so fast. And lots of times our children don't realize that they're watching their parents grow up at the same time that they're growing. Like, not only are we watching them and raising them as children, but our children are actually watching us grow and evolve as well. And if we can try to remember what it was like really to really remember what it was like to be at that age, to feel how it felt to have our first heartbreak, to feel how it felt to be betrayed by our first friends. Betrayal doesn't come from strangers. Betrayal only comes from people that we trust, which, I mean, that's the sad part of it. But you don't get deceived by strangers. You don't get your heart broken from a stranger. It only happens from people that we let close to us. And as much as we want to wrap our children in bubble wrap and act like the world is perfect, and not ever want anything bad to happen to our children, they have their own soul contracts that they have to deal with. And you got to trust that you've installed enough wisdom in them to make their own decisions, to handle these issues or setbacks or life choices on their own. With the Hierophant, yep. Yeah, I feel like that this, whatever is going on with your child, is one of their own soul contracts. And not only is it their soul contract, the fact that you're dealing with it too is a part of your soul contract. Where in our ancestral lines, like, what do you wish that your guardians would have done differently for you had you been in that situation? Sometimes we need to take a step back and breathe and trust. Yeah, because we have this ideal, excuse me, we have our children on these pedestals a lot of times. Like, a lot of us, like, our children can do no wrong. Like, I know my mom was like that with me, but in reality, I was the bad influence. I was the one that was getting the other kids in trouble. I was a really unruly teenager, man. Like, I grew up in Vegas, and my mom was a single mom. My mom had her first child when she was 15 years old, 16 years old. And she dealt with a lot of guilt about, like, my oldest brother wasn't raised with us, and neither were my two sisters, and when I look back on that, like, there were times that I blamed my mom for a lot of things that I should have never blamed my mom for, but I didn't know then what I know now. I didn't realize, like, how that I was watching my mom grow up at the same time that she was raising us. I might have lived in a studio bedroom apartment on Las Vegas Boulevard, but man, I still at least had a roof over my head. My mom was always there for me, the best that she could be. I was unruly though, man. Like, I couldn't imagine raising me. And our job is to make sure that our kids do better than we did, right? Just like my mom's job was to make sure that I did better than she did. Her mom's job was to make sure that she did better than she did, And so the ancestral curses get broken that way. And by the time that our children have children, their children will be better than they were. And we just have to have faith and trust that we are on the right path with that. That they are living their own soul contracts. With the Lovers. I'm going to read from Patch Tarot about what the book says about the Lovers. Sorry, my brother's in the background doing stuff in the kitchen, if you can hear that. Just an FYI. The Lovers depicts all of the previous characters in a single image. The Hierophant, the Emperor, the Empress, the Priestess, the Wizard. They stand across from each other, joining hands and connecting, depicting the alchemical process of marriage between all opposing forces, nature, mature and youthful, male and female, which has developed over the past 5 cards. This is the union of opposites, showing unity and duality in a single image. The Lovers card speaks towards a sense of devotion towards each other in a relationship. It's a choice that you must make, or a balance within the dualities within yourself. It is loving and kind, honoring what is different within the opposites without judgment, and expressing gratitude for the various perspectives that we share, so that may we all come closer to each other and ourselves finally. This card may represent a call to look at any particular relationship in your life and find harmony where there is not. I'm pretty sure those are your messages for the feminine Gemini collective. Remember that you've got this, and that you've installed enough wisdom in your children that they've got this. And breathe. All right, Gemini? I love you guys. Vroom, beep, beep.